Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
When Ponzi was talking about her iPhone and how much she loves it, yeah, what I'm partially afraid of is that eventually it's going to win me over, but it's not.
That's what I think.
It's going to take, like I said, a couple software revisions. But one of the things that happened that you mentioned in your video review a couple minutes ago was that you couldn't synchronize your contacts with this phone because you use Outlook on the PC, and right now the synchronization issues are apparent between Outlook on the PC and the iPhone, which is, completely Mac, Apple,
Correct.
OS 10. And Singular said that they could fix this problem for you, but it would cost money.
$15 they want. And they want this $15 so that they can move the contacts from my Pocket PC phone to a jump drive, and then from there onto a Mac, I guess, and to sync it with the iPhone.
This is what's so upsetting, is
and
that...
I knew I already had those, and I knew Chris would kill me if I spent $15 to do something that we could probably do.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. These mobile phone companies, no matter which one you're talking about, this is why people hate their phone companies, is because they charge you for things that can be done relatively simply on your own. So this is just one part of the problem. I mean, this issue that you have, that you're not the only person that I'm sure is having issues with this. Now, if you search Google for this solution, you look for what? What'd you look for?
Apple iPhone issues.
And what came up?
Chris Pirillo.
That's right. I was the #1 hit for iPhone problems, and I don't even own an iPhone. However, I can see that as a growing industry, apparently. So the next post I'm probably going to make is showing people how they can save money by not necessarily going through Singular and paying for these fixes. But most people out there would search for the solution to the problem and then end up paying Singular $15 or however many dollars to do something that they could do just as easily at home. But we were AT&T subscribers years ago. Right when we met, they were overcharging you, like big time.
Oh my gosh, I hated AT&T. I really did. If they hadn't bought out Singular, I'd never ever have gone back to AT&T.
I can't even remember. We jumped from AT&T because I was on it too, and we jumped to Verizon
because you wanted some product.
A phone. They had a phone that I wanted.
They had a phone that you wanted.
They had the phone.
Changed. And I hated Verizon as well.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't
it was
like Verizon.
Expensive.
It was
Verizon
very
was expensive. Way expensive.
And the
more
service
expensive
wasn't
than,
that great. I didn't think. I mean, they
No
always
phone
say
companies.
their service is so awesome.
That's the problem. There's no
I've
one
never
phone
tried
company.
Nextel. Someone says Nextel is great.
Every phone company sucks. Every single phone company on the planet sucks. And they've tried to make things better, but you had things that came up with this iPhone and you were so thrilled about customer service things that you called up and they tracked you and they knew exactly who you were, and some people might be scared about that, but when customer service comes into play, that's a very genius move on Apple's part.
Oh, it is very
more
smart.
so than Singular's part. Singular just so happens to be the lucky partner for Apple right now.
But they give them no power, just so you know. It's very apparent when you go in and buy this iPhone from Singular. They make it very clear they have absolutely no control.
And the
over
reason
it.
why is because they realized of a lot of the bungling that happens with customer service in any of these phone companies.
Which is very smart
now,
on
I
Apple's
can say,
part.
Honestly, the experience of Sprint, while I've never been a full-on customer, I think they've had the best outreach in terms of the blogosphere.
My mom loves Sprint.
Yeah,
Sprint. She has Sprint. She loves them.
Sprint has got solid. Actually, of all the services out there, Sprint's probably got the best pricing and the best.
She has good coverage too.
The best service options. I've heard, out of all the companies, I've heard probably less complaints about Sprint than anything else. So I guess it's kind of a grand scheme to say that every phone company sucks, but we all have issues with these companies that we're trying to get over a hurdle, and that may have been just another nail in the coffin for AT&T or Singular when you said, I need to move my contacts from here to here. And you're asking me to pay $15 more on top of a monthly bill that I'm already paying out the nose for, that I got to watch every single little point, make sure I'm not getting overtaxed here or overcharged there. It's a stress for customers. It's a big-time stress. And unfortunately, mobile companies need to wake up and realize that eventually we're going to be off the grid. Think about this. These phones support Wi-Fi. And some mobile phones do. The iPhone does. It's not necessarily the best implementation, but in theory, when there's citywide Wi-Fi in these mesh networks that can extend in major metropolitan areas or maybe beyond, suddenly, instead of having to rely on a mobile carrier for your service, you could rely on Wi-Fi.
I have a
wireless
question.
service.
Can I ask about that Wi-Fi?
Sure.
So should I worry about security when I'm going through and it finds a Wi-Fi network and automatically wants to use that?
We'll talk about that in another video.
Okay, I knew you were going to say that, but I just thought I'd ask.
Anyway, so what do you guys think about your mobile phone companies? Are they good? Are they bad? Your opinions on Singular in particular, or AT&T? And then we'll, if you're interested in the answer to that question, actually, that's a pretty good tease. Maybe we'll have to do that more often. In our next video, we'll answer the question, is it safe to roam with Wi-Fi networks with your iPhone or any mobile device?